This week on crypto Twitter. OpenSea's ape nightmare. Musk pushes Dogecoin on McDonald's. We've reached the end of the first month of January, and the crypto markets have been topsy-turvy in the new year, to say the least. The first week of 2022 was really quite bad. Week 2 showed some promise. In the third week, Bitcoin and Ethereum crashed to their lowest prices since last summer. The past week has looked like the start of a full recovery, but you can never be sure with crypto. Thank goodness then for crypto Twitter, an endless source of diversion. This week 2 of our regulars returned. Tesla CEO Elon Musk and El Salvador President Nayib Bukele. Read on to find out how many pots they stirred this week. OpenSea's nightmarish week this week saw widespread panic among OpenSea users when an exploit allowed people to buy high-priced NFTs like Bored Apes at well below the floor price thanks to old inactive listings that users hadn't cancelled. Either because they didn't want to pay the gas fees to cancel or, in more cases, had no idea the old listings remained active. OpenSea has framed the issue as not an exploit or a bug, but an issue caused by the nature of the blockchain. But whatever the company wants to call it, OpenSea clearly acknowledged it's a problem by refunding $1.8 million in Ethereum to affected users. Suffice to say, the exploit was widely discussed on Twitter. NFT creator at 0x Hustler was the first to alert the NFT crowd. Everyone head to web links and make sure all of your old listings are cancelled. There is currently an exploit on at OpenSea letting someone buy your NFTs for old listing prices. This is happening right now. And make sure all of your old listings are cancelled. There is currently an exploit on at OpenSea letting someone buy your NFTs for old listing prices. This is happening right now. Hustler, at 0x Hustler, January 24, 2022. On Tuesday, OpenSea rapidly deployed a new listings manager enabling users to review both active and inactive listings and cancel inactive ones through a one-click option. By Thursday, OpenSea sent an email to all users with inactive listings on their accounts. It called on users to please act urgently to cancel all affected listings. NFT collector at Diem quickly cautioned that OpenSea's advice actually made the exploit worse. 1. Warning. Do not cancel your OS listings as stated in the email that OpenSea just sent out. Revolving light. Please first transfer your NFT to a different address and cancel the listing on the original address before sending it back. OS just put everyone at even more risk than before. Thread. Dingaling, at Dingaling, January 27, 2022. NFT artist and collector at S. Wolfkin was one of the unlucky few who followed OpenSea's advice. He cancelled a 15 ETH Mutant Ape Yacht Club listing and ended up unwittingly triggering a 6 ETH listing. A 9 ETH difference at today's price is about $23,500. So I got 2 emails today from at OpenSea about listings, and lost 15 ETH plus from exactly what they're trying to prevent. I was told to please act urgently to cancel any inactive listings. Cancelled a 15 ETH MAYC at Bored Ape YC and it triggered a 6 ETH listing. And sold? pic.twitter.com/1WT21MT9MZ. Swolfkin.eth, at swolfkin, January 27, 2022. And of course, in the NFT world, intangible as it may be, these assets have a lot of sentimental value for users. Beats DAO co-founder Jordan Garbies tweeted his devastation. This kind of robbery hits home for reasons more than money. The at Bored Ape YC that was taken from me on at OpenSea was part of the identity that I built. Was paired with an M1 and M2 mutant in a set I was never going to break. I haven't slept all night. Garbies changed his profile picture to the ape he previously owned, wearing a Lost Ape hoodie made by a nifty tailor. This kind of robbery hits home for reasons more than money. The at Bored Ape YC that was taken from me on at OpenSea was part of the identity that I built. Was paired with an M1 and M2 mutant in a set I was never going to break. I haven't slept all night. _noxqza.eth, at NOXCUSEJ, January 28, 2022. Elon, Ronald, Doge, and Grimace. Tesla CEO and Dogecoin Army General Elon Musk began a chain of events that made a select few meme coin traders profits of over 285,000% in the space of a few hours. The match that lit the fuse was somewhat innocuous. I will eat a Happy Meal on TV if at McDonald's accepts Dogecoin. But McDonald's responded. The fast food giant's reply was equally harmless. Only if at Tesla accepts a Grimace coin. Grimace, of course, is the name of the purple thing. What is he, exactly? In McDonald's mascot gang. What happened next? At this point it's become the norm. Several blockchain-savvy folks immediately minted cryptocurrencies with the name Grimace, nearly 10 of which were on Binance Smart Chain, and they mooned. As Decrypt's Liam Kelly noted, Grimace coin, on BSC, rose 190,000%, while a plucky lowercase alternative, Grimace coin, on Polygon, managed a rally of 898%. Bukele laughs as economic groups warn El Salvador's Bitcoin pumping president Nayib Bukele is a permanent fixture in this roundup. This week, yet another major financial entity shunned Bukele's grand Bitcoin experiment. He responded in kind. Last week, it was Moody's, the credit ratings agency. After Investing.com tweeted that Moody's had downgraded El Salvador's rating due to its Bitcoin buying, Bukele blasted. Breaking: El Salvador DGAF. It turned out the Investing.com tweet was wrong, and Moody's had not changed its rating on El Salvador. But on Tuesday, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, cautioned El Salvador to stop using Bitcoin as legal tender. And that was not fake news. While the country's economy is shrinking, public debt is mounting, and using Bitcoin entails large risks that could halt the country's recovery, the IMF said. Bukele responded with a Simpsons meme, laughing it off. Diem is dead. This was the week the Diem dream died. Meta, formerly Facebook, has apparently given up on its stablecoin Diem, formerly Libra, and is selling off Diem's assets to Silvergate, whatever assets there are, according to the WSJ. The borderless global currency that Facebook announced back in June 2019 was supposed to be backed by the Libra Reserve, a basket of low volatility assets like bank deposits and government securities, in currencies from stable and reputable central banks, according to a spokesperson at the time. It's widely speculated that the cause of death was pushback from regulators and politicians, who were hostile to a Facebook cryptocurrency from the beginning. Regardless of the reason, the announcement of Diem's death prompted predictable victory laps by crypto advocates and non-crypto folks alike who were never very enthused by the idea of a Facebook stablecoin. Crypto trader and developer Junko Suzuki was particularly cynical. The USA cared more about Facebook Libra, Diem stablecoin than it would ever feared. Bitcoin. The US government gives zero facts about El Salvador making it legal tender than FB trying to onboard 4 billion users to cryptocurrency. Why don't the North Koreans make it legal tender? The USA cared more about Facebook Libra, Diem stablecoin than it would ever feared Bitcoin. The US government gives zero facts about El Salvador making it legal tender than FB trying to onboard 4 billion users to cryptocurrency. Why don't the North Koreans make it legal tender? Junko Suzuki, at Junkosu229932224, January 29, 2022. Stephen Deal, a programmer and vocal no-coiner, had a similar response. He called the project an outright assault on the rules-based international order and led by one of the most evil people on the planet. I've been writing hatchet jobs on the Libra project for years now because it was an outright assault on the rules-based international order and led by one of the most evil people on the planet. Glad to see it being scraped in a giant fire sale. Stephen Deal, at SM Deal, January 27, 2022. Carol Lanu, CEO for the Center for European Policy Studies, says he warned Facebook execs that Diem would fall apart as soon as FB realized the complexity of dealing with greater than 180 different regulatory regimes for money transfers. I expected this to happen, and said it to Facebook executives. Diem, or Libra, was a distraction, and would fall apart as soon as FB realized the complexity of dealing with greater than 180 different regulatory regimes for money transfers. Carol Lanu, at Carol_Lanu, January 28, 2022. Expect more tweets in the week to come about joke token prices and lost apes, and more chirping from the likes of Musk and Bukele.